Hi, everybody. I hope everybody's doing well tonight. And I am going to follow up a video on the Governor Ron DeSantis stand your ground law that he wants to add to, because I've had several people comment on that. And I have not exaggerated this or not understood what the law is. I was in a lengthy conference with the news group that was talking about it. I was also reading up on it in a very lengthy report, and I've been trying to see how I could cut this report down, but there's honestly no way to. So this is going to end up taking me several videos. Well, I have comments about it and some other things he's trying to do, which I just want to go ahead and state real quick, and then I'll go into my notes later. But it's not just adding on to the stand your ground law. He wants actually to take a lot of our rights away from us. A lot. As far as if we get an argument in a restaurant or in public, that we are to be arrested for disturbing somebody's peace. So if you happen to get in an argument or debate with somebody, you could be arrested. This is going really far, and this is where I say I wonder if they're trying to take our rights from us altogether, and that is the plan. I'm going to read a little bit of the statements. Now, you got to forgive me. I actually do need to go get glasses, and if I stutter, I apologize, but I'm going to try to read the best I can from here. I'm reading off another phone, which doesn't make it easy as well. So it says, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis has reportedly proposed expanding the state's stand your ground law to include an anti-mob provision that would allow for armed residents to legally shoot and kill protesters. DeSantis has offered an anti-mob legislation draft proposing to expand the law list for forcible felonies to include looting or criminal mischief that could result in interruption or impairment of a business. According to Miami Herald, legal experts and advocates have expressed concern that the proposal is admitted to those taking part in protests against political brutality and racial injustice. It's dangerously given armed private citizens power to kill as they subjectively determine what constitutional criminal mischief that interferes with a business. Former Miami-Dade prosecutor Aubrey Webb told the Herald, someone graffitiing Black Lives Matters on a wall, urinating behind a dumpster, or blocking an entrance. Okay, the Boston Tea Party members would have been lawfully shot under Florida stand by your British East Indian Tea Company. Sorry, I guess I should have skipped over that. It was a snide remark. Blocking an entrance. Okay. It skips to, in 2005, Florida became the first of many U.S. states to enact a stand your ground law, which removes the legal responsibility of those facing what they perceive to be a threat to retreat before acting in self-defense by using deadly force. A 2017 amendment to the Florida law placed the burden of producing clear and convincing evidence that a defendant was not acting in self-defense on prosecutors, sometimes forcing what others might have been murder or manslaughter charges to be dropped or not pursued. Now, this is saying you have to prove your life is in danger, which I said in my other video. If it is not perfectly clear that you shot in self-defense, which who knows, because it's only you and that person. So if they in any way can twist it and make you in any way look like you didn't shoot in self-defense and that you didn't believe your life was in jeopardy, even though it was, you could be in prison. You can go to jail. So again, there will be twists to every law where they will try to also go after you, is what I said in the other video. This is now going to go into whether this proof now isn't needed. We could shoot at will. And you will be totally free from any prosecution. And the key word in one of these reports is suspicion. If you have suspicion, which could be wrong. Okay, let's keep going. Although the state stands stand your ground law has long been controversial, the newly proposed expansion of the law has caused additional concerns for those who say it could allow would-be vigilantes to legally justify the killings of Black Lives Matter protesters, make property damage effectively a capital crime. Now let me read that again because I know I stuttered a little because again I really can't see and my lighting is not great. Although state's stand your ground law has been long controversial, the newly proposed expansion to the law has caused additional concern from those who say it could allow would-be vigilantes to legally justify the killing of Black Lives Matter protesters, make property damage effectively a capital crime, which could be anybody. I don't like when they just point out one group because that's not right or fair. Anybody, like they said in the prior statement I read, anything that looks like you could be causing an issue when you're not, you could be shot for. And the other part is suspicious. Anything that looks suspicious, which I'll get to. I don't know where it is now in this report, but I'll keep reading. It allows for vigilantes to justify their actions. Former Miami-Dade County prosecutor Dennis George, who has prosecuted stand your ground cases, told the paper it also allows for death to be the punishment for a property crime, and this is cruel and unusual punishment. We cannot live a lawless society where taking a life is done so casually and reckless. Again, and my problem is, how do you know you're taking the right life? Not that you should take any life at all, but somebody completely innocent, just like it said in one of the other paragraphs. If you're standing in so many feet of something that's going on, you could be shot and killed because you're considered part of it. Even if you're not, if you walk through it and they think you're a part of it, you can be shot and killed. I don't know where anybody could defend this law at all. And you know what? You'll defend it until it's one of your family members that gets shot, innocently shot by a vigilante or by somebody just has a grudge against somebody and they know they're in the right place at the right time for them to kill them. then you'll be thinking another way, right? Then it'll be like, oh, this law is not good. This law is very dangerous, and it will send vigilantes out there, and then people will start fighting them, and it will go so on and so on and so on, like I said in my first video. I was not exaggerating this. I was not misreporting on this. I was not reading off of headlines. I'm reading you the law. I've already read you the law he wanted to pass. And there's more to it because we still haven't got to the rioters and legal protesting part, that's where it says suspicious. Okay. In September, DeSantis proposed new legislation dubbed to Combating Violence, Disorder, and Looting and Protecting Law Enforcement Acts, which would create a third-degree felony or those who engage in a violent or disorderly assembly by causing property damage or injury to others during a protest. The bill would create a felony for those who destroy or topple monuments, which I agree with. I agree with this part. And make anyone who organizes or funds a violent or disorderly assembly liable for RICO racketeering charges. State funds who also withhold for local governments who attempt to defund the police under the proposal. I have nothing to comment about that. In addition, the bill would remove legal liability for those who run over protesters, which are legal, and you are allowed to do unless you strip us of our constitutional rights. And mind you, in Florida, there was no big looting and violence. Our protests out here were very positive and very held under control and actual doing protesting. And we actually were talked about as one of the states who represented very well in this situation, that we did not have much looting at all. I don't think we had any looting. We did have a little vandalism, and it was very minor. I think it was one Geek Squad bus, because again, I serve and protect, and I was part of serving and protecting those nights. So I, for one, know I was there, I seen it, I was a part of it, and as a protection system. So there was nothing like these other states. So for him, as Florida governor, to be pushing this is absolutely ridiculous. Let's see. Okay, let's go back. In addition, the bill would remove legal liabilities for those who run over protesters with their vehicles, provided they are fleeing from a mob that is blocking the traffic, in addition to the stand your ground expansion provision similar to those in September bill are included in newly reported anti-mob draft legislation. Reached out to they reached out for a comment. Doesn't say that they got one from Mr. Ron DeSantis. Oh, I hope I'm not missing anything. Hold on, let me go back and look. I'm sorry, I've been wearing a mask all day and it messes up my sinuses and my eyes burn. Okay, let's go back this way. Oh, don't click on that. Okay, where did it go? I might have clicked on something I shouldn't have. Oh. Where's my other part of my report? Okay, it's stopping me now for some reason from getting to the other parts of this. I did screenshot all this, so I might have to wait until I can go back in and do it for my screenshots, and I'll have to look for that and make sure I pick up where I left off, because it's not scrolling to where I need it to anymore. I think maybe after so many days it stops you from getting the full report. I don't know. But I guess let's talk about it for a little bit. There was also like I said, he wanted to add if you get in a fight in public, that you can be arrested for disturbing the peace. I mean, people have their moments, including him. And I guarantee if he has his moment and they try to arrest him, he'll walk. But that's, when they pick and choose. Now, here's the other thing. Okay. He wants to take all of our rights. I've already mentioned that. And I just told you about the other constitutional rights he wants to take from us, freedom of speech and so on. They are actually arresting people for mocking this law and making slick comments and being, abrasive and harsh when joking about it. And people with that kind of snide comment, kind of joking mentality, they are trying to push it as they are making threats. So there goes your freedom of speech. So you can't even say something slick and now not be arrested, because they're actually arresting people for joking about this. One kid has beat it because of the free speech. I hope the other two people use it as well, because it is free speech. And here's what me and you would be told. And I've been through this. Somebody's threatened me or threatened my life. The police come out and say, well, it wasn't done in front of me. So I really can't do anything. And number two, people have the right to say anything. And unless I actually see them attempting it, or you're actually been attacked, there's nothing we can do. So people can go around and say whatever they want. Even if it's a threat. If it's a threat to me or you, it's looked at as, oh, it's just words. There's nothing we do. We're not going to follow it up. We're not going to, make this right. We're not going to even go talk to them. If you get a really good officer, they will call the person. And I have had this, so I'm not going to say all officers, but I've had some really good ones that will call and tell them, listen, we know a threat was made. It's documented and this and that. And if you continue, you will be arrested. Or if something happens, we have it documented. So there are really good cops that will do that. I'm not saying all cops don't do what they're supposed to do, but I've also had a lot of really bad cops that will turn around and blow you off and not want to do their jobs and tell you, just what I said. But either way, somebody's not getting arrested. But if you joke about this law, you will be arrested. Your free speech goes out the window. Again, this is not okay. What's going on in this world is really scary. You can say what you will. You can comment what you want. I will be respectful and reply my opinion. I will take your opinions as respectfully as I can. I understand everybody has a different opinion and a different right. And I've always said in all my videos, we all have the right to have our own opinions. We all have the right to say what we want to say. And I will always back that up. I will not be rude. I will not fight with anybody over this. But I'm telling you, this law is a dangerous law. And if you don't think it is, there's an issue. Because when I get to my screenshots, probably tomorrow, I will upload another video, and I will continue to keep reading. I started with my screenshots, but I figured this would be easier where I could just keep scrolling instead of clicking back and forth. And I guess, haha on me, because it stopped scrolling. But this is serious. And just like the first couple people that I mentioned in there were prosecutors and lawyers and people who work in Congress and are, totally against this law. And they feel it's going to, just like I do, cause more problems. Now, I agree 110%. There's less lethal ways to do this and still put them in jail on felony charges. And as far as we'll get to the monuments, they want to charge certain things for tearing down monuments and this and that. I agree 10,000%. People need to be punished. Whether you're spraying Black Lives Matter on a building, whether you're, tearing down monuments, because even though you feel Black Lives Matter, you wear the t-shirts, the caps, good for you. Don't go vandalizing people's businesses. Don't go vandalizing our streets and our homes. Everybody has the right to fight for what they believe in. You have the right to take your stand. You have the right to prove your point, but you don't have the right to violate anybody else. You don't have the right to destroy anybody else's stuff. And do I agree that this needs to stop? 1,000%, 10,000%, 100,000%. But this way is only going to cause more death and more damage. And if you think you're sitting in your high, area where you won't be touched and, it's just for normal people that are going to have to deal with being shot, or maybe an innocent person walking by that area being shot, honey, this happens everywhere. They were marching through rich neighborhoods left and right. So while you're standing outside in your neighborhood, you could be one shot because you're lost in the mob. So don't anybody think that they're above this or beyond this or that it can't happen to them. If you think a law like this is positive in any way, then you need to think again. All this law will do is cause more violence, more danger, more deaths, and more heartache and more damage to our nation, our world, our people in it. And when you hurt people, they react. And then you have other people that react because of now what's happened to them. And so on and so on. It does not end. There's got to be a way to find peace. There's got to be a way that we can get these people in a not such a lethal way that anybody else can get hurt. And there is. And go ahead and hit them with felonies. I don't care. And I'm not talking protesters. I'm talking about the people who are burning things down. Protesters have a right to protest. And we had a lot of peaceful protest here in Florida. That's why I think there's more to this law with this man. And in some of the article I didn't read, it's basically says he wants to, try to climb the ladder with this law. But if all you have following you are violent people, I don't want you as a governor. Thank God you're not in my area, because I would be protesting the heck out of you right now. And I think a lot of people need to. I don't think this law will pass. There's so much against it, but it's just so crazy that it was even a thought. And that we have somebody leading our people that would think that this kind of law is okay. That's where my problem is. So I've got to start heading home now. This is my little peaceful time right here between my job and home. and to talk to my watchers. And I hope you got something out of this. I hope you will take more from it than was said before to me about, I'm just reading headlines because I just read you the first part of the major report that was done on it. And I guess I will have to get the rest of my information out probably tomorrow, and I'll have to go through and line up my screenshots of the rest of the report. So I thank you all for watching. I hope you guys watch this video, because the commenters on the first video really need to come hear the law like they said they wanted to. They wanted, it broken down. I can't break down a law that hasn't, went through yet, but I'm basically telling you what's been passed through legislation to try to be passed. And there it is. There's the first half of it. There it is. It's not just a headline. Thank you guys. I love you all. Please stay with my channel. This is not, the only thing I do. I will stay on this, but I have other things that I like to talk to people about. I want to be very supportive of people who need support, and I want to try to make a difference in this world. So please, if you know anybody who, needs support, or, is interested in my videos, or anybody who just needs to or wants to talk, my email's always on the end of my videos, in the description. My Facebook, you're welcome to look me up and friend me. I will be more than happy to message with you. If you would like to do a video with me, I wouldn't mind that either. So let me know, and please comment below. Let me know what you thought of the other video and this video, and give me your opinions. I want to know. I want to know what people think. And again, I don't hold anybody, I don't hold it against anybody, I should say, for how you feel or think. But I do think that this is not the way to go. And that's my opinion. And I have the right to that, just like you have the right to yours. Please like and subscribe. And if you have friends, tell them to subscribe. Thumbs up my videos, please. I would love the support if you liked it. And again, pass it on. I will see you guys soon. Hopefully tomorrow. I have a double shift, so I'm going to try to do a video in between it. Okay, guys, good night, and I will see you soon. Thank you for watching.